And let's go, my friends. So I'm really happy to be here with you because even though all the videos are being for you every week in English, of course, I've been recording a lot of videos in Portuguese. And also, guys, I'm going to open up my heart regarding the topic that we're going to talk today about. Okay, so guys, if it's the first video you're watching, so welcome. And today we're going to talk about harvesting mode. How to be patient in these moments in which nothing makes sense. And guys, I'm recording this video for you with some recommendations, or well, at least my viewpoint on these situations, you know. And well, also, guys, because I'm feeling it. I mean, I'm in the middle of a moment like that, and I would like to have a record for myself whenever a situation like that happens again, because life is always teaching me the same, or is always placing me in the same situation. And I think, guys, this time is gonna be different. Okay, different in a good way, of course. Well, in a better way, to be better equipped for what's coming. Well, so guys, sometimes, or I'm a person that, well, I'm going to talk about my relationship with God, but you can take that like, Eric, I don't want to talk about God because maybe I don't like Christianity and whatever. So maybe you can take that as a wish, okay? Because I don't want to be disrespectful, but I would like to tell you about my relationship with God. You know, I mean, like, we can see it from both perspectives. Normally, when I really want something to happen, I mean, I never ask God for anything. You know, I'm always, God, thank you so much, because I have my life, I have my work at home and whatever, and I have my YouTube channel. I have, let's say, the people who generally watch my videos, and I have, let's say, my friends, I got my family. And to be honest, guys, I don't want to brag or something like that, but I'm really happy because in my family, we never have had like tragedies, you know, because I mean, you get to know, for example, guys, I was watching some podcast a couple of weeks ago, and wow, there are people who have, let's say, like really sad stories in life. And I always thank God, like, God, thank you, because I mean, we never experienced something of the kind. And well, of course, it talks a lot about how resilient people are. But well, so I always thank God, because I mean, we never had like something like so painful, I mean, to deal with. I mean, of course there are problems and so on, but nothing like so serious. And well, well, guys, so the thing is that I'm not this kind of, or coming back, I mean, to what I was saying, I'm not a person who's all the time saying, God, I want this, I want that. So I always, I don't know, guys, if you think this is fair or not, but I always talk to God when I really want something, because I try to be this kid or this son that never bothers our parents. And it was, guys, almost, because I remember someone said that the relationship you have with God, or the universe, or the way you wish for things in the world or in life, is a reflection of how you did it with your parents. You know, even if you are atheist or if you are agnostic, whenever you have your wishes, for example, well, I would like to buy a new car or a new house, then the programming comes from the way your parents, let's say, talk about things. For example, if your parents were like, no, come on, you're asking for a lot of things, maybe unconsciously you will mimic that in the, let's say, in the way you ask for dreams, or in the way you are, let's say, limiting yourself, let's say, limiting yourself in a good or in a bad way. But well, guys, I'm going to bring the God's perspective, and also, guys, I'm going to try to be more materialistic, you know, or more material, let's say. Not materialistic, sorry, more material, for, I mean, for both audiences. Okay. Well, the thing is that there was a particular situation, guys, that I'm not going to tell you about right now. In future videos I will tell you about. But when it happened, when I had the chance, I mean, for that to happen, I was like, I came to my room that day, and I said, God, I know that I never bother you, you know, or I never bother you. So, God, I'm a good son, so I need this favor, please. Please, 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 please. And I started, God, you know that I'm a good son, and so on and so on. I never, let's say bad things about people, or whatever, you know. So trying to show myself as a good son, you know. Maybe in a material way, it would be like, well, I deserve these because I'm a really competent worker and etc. I mean, you are reaffirming, maybe since you are not talking to God, so you try to talk to yourself in order to convince yourself that you are worth, let's say, having this situation happening. You say, well, no, I'm a really, really competent worker and etc. and blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Well, the thing, guys, is that sometimes life or our unconsciousness, I don't know, give us these moments like, okay, so I'm going to give you the certainty that that's going to happen, but I'm going to make you wait. Why? I don't know. And guys, I was feeling that way, and I was like, God, well, I'm still in the process, guys. And I'm going to open up my heart, guys, and I'm going to tell you about a situation that happened to me in the past that I was successful and I did my homework in terms of waiting. So guys, let's say the last 2 or 3 weeks, I felt, when I started praying to God, I felt that the dream was very achievable. I said, like, God, come on, it's just like, you know, it's just like touch it a little bit and it's gonna be perfect, yeah. But then, guys, I noticed that the situation was getting more and more complicated and convoluted, and I said, like, man, God, come on, what's happening? It was like so easy to happen, and now I'm having like a lot of complications. So, dear Lord, what's going on? Well, this is from a, let's say, from a God's perspective, but speaking from an atheist perspective, it is when you start self-sabotaging yourself, or like a more material way, you know? Then you start saying, but well, nobody's calling me, and I'm not having this opportunity, and and then you start questioning yourself a lot, you know? Well, what happened, guys? Whenever you feel that nothing is happening the way you think or the way you want it, then you start becoming very pessimistic. And this is something, guys, that I really hate when I need to wait, because I'm going to tell you something funny, okay? Well, I told you about one situation, but I'm going to add an extra one. I remember, guys, these shoes, Converse, you know, Converse All-Star, you know, whoa, lovely shoes. I remember my dad told me, Eric, on December the 20th of 2008, I suppose, no, 2007, sorry, 2007, I'm gonna have like a bonus at work and etc. So I'm going to buy you your first Converse All-Star shoes, and I love them, you know. Maybe if you are, let's say, a millennial and whatever, you understand how special Converse All-Star were. They were amazing, you know, like the black ones and the classic ones, you know. So guys, what happened? Of course, I was like 15, 14 at the time, and my dad told me about that on the, let's say, on the 30th, December the 30th, you know, so 7 days for me to have the Converse All-Star, you know. Of course, these 7 days were horrible. I would prefer my dad not to say anything. Oh gosh, I was like, oh my God, God. And I was all the time, God, please, I hope the days go by so fast and so on. And guys, I used one strategy, which was sleeping. I remember that I was on vacations and I was sleeping the whole day, and I was like, it reminds me of the South Park episode of Cartman freezing himself, to get the Nintendo Wii. And I was sleeping. And guys, the more I slept and the closer the days were getting, I got like extremely anxious, When the day came, I was like the happiest kid in the block, I was like, yeah, I got my Converse All Star, whatever. And well, of course, I love them, so they were with me for a long time. I took care of them, So I don't know, guys, if in English you call that like Vaseline. Yeah, I suppose Vaseline. And I used to apply some Vaseline, on my shoes and so on, and with a brush. Oh, good times. Well, the thing is that it was lovely, to have that experience with my Converse All Star, but I'm an adult, and I cannot just call my dad and say, Dad, are you going to buy me the shoes? Because, well, my dad doesn't control the universe. But, hypothetically speaking, or let's say from a religious perspective or from a believer's perspective, we have God as our Father who takes care of us. Or if you don't believe in God, then you will say, well, so I have the tools, I know exactly what am I supposed to do in order to have this objective happening, or the situation to happen, let's say, Well, I'm in a situation like that, as I told you before, so I don't feel ready, guys, to share with you what I'm waiting for, but I want to tell you about a situation in case you are feeling in the same way, for encouraging you, And this is one of the tools, or this is one of the tools or the recommendations that are given, especially when you're waiting for a result for a long time, and you need to be patient, and you need to have the proper faith, to have it, whether or not you believe in God or the universe or whatever. Yeah. So guys, I remember in 2021 January. One day, guys, I was searching for jobs in Spain, because that was my dream, to work for an European company. You know about that from previous videos. And I was searching for different companies, and some of them were saying, well, so let's think about it, blah, blah, blah. But the company I work for, they said, yes, we're interested. However, we need to wait, because we're preparing a platform and whatever, and so on. And guys, it was after the pandemic, so of course I had a job, but my job was not giving me that revenue that I needed. I was being underpaid, but I was thinking about the experience and so on, and I'm very grateful, because that experience that I gained in that company was extremely useful for this one I'm still working, or I'm really happy to work for. And just for security things and so on, so I won't reveal the name of the company I work for, but I love you guys in case you're watching. I really love that opportunity. Yeah, because I grew up as a person a lot in this company. They have been like very patient. There would be some moments in which they could have said like, fuck Eric, just leave the company, you're very incompetent, but they didn't. And I feel really appreciative of that. But well, coming back. Guys, they told me, okay, we're going to contact you mid-February to talk about the possibility for you to work with us. For the possibility. And it was like January, I don't know, the 20th. And mid-February for me was like a lot of time. I was like, man, Well, anyway, I waited, I had the first meeting with them, and guys, I was like so anxious that, well, they were asking me some information about myself, like, well, tell me about yourself, about your curriculum, and I was like very comfortable giving them some information, and they said, well, we're going to have a test with you because we want to see how competent you are in terms of languages. So this is the test, good luck, whatever. Guys, I panic. It was something very easy to do, but I was like so excited. And well, so then I had the feedback right after, and they said, well, we're interested in you, but we feel there's missing something. So we're going to talk to you at the end of March. And I was, no way. I was like, no, come on, I'm desperate. I'm desperate of leaving the company I work for, because, guys, I was really underpaid. But, well, anyway, so I met really good people, and it was a really cool company. But it was true that my dream was to work for this company, you know. And I was like, okay, March, okay. And they told me, Eric, so we need you to work on this, to work on that, to work on these competences, and we will call you back. Unfortunately, if you're not able to, to pass this second opportunity, so, well, it's over. Maybe you can try in 6 months or something like that. And whenever they talked about months and years, I was like, nah. It was like, it was like, no, come on, I don't want to wait, you know. Well, I remember, guys, in something very beautiful I did is that I had a challenge. In case you want to take a look at, let's say, my YouTube channel, I had a couple of things on my Instagram account as well. I started jumping the rope for 1,000 years without stopping, you know. And that was a way for me to take my attention from, let's say, that job proposal. And I was like, well, whatever, so I need to keep jumping. I have 1,000 days I need to jump the rope. And I was like, on the day, let's say 450, something like that. And I said, like, okay, so I'm going to wake up, I'm going to work, with this company I'm working for. I don't understand why I'm, let's say, working with them, but anyway, so let's be grateful and so on. Let's jump the rope, let's take a shower, whatever, let's keep living our lives. Then, people, something happened. Oh no, so sorry, guys. I was a little bit disappointed because March went by, no emails. I was like, oh man. April went by, and they sent me an email. Oh no, so sorry. I sent them an email because they said, like, Eric, you need to work on this skill and whatever. And I took a course online, you know. And I said, like, guys, see, I was trying to show, like, see, I'm really interested in you guys. So this is the diploma that you were asking for. I have also this certificate in the meantime while I was waiting for your response and so on. And they were like, interesting. They sent me something like, okay, good job. We will be in contact with you. And I was like, just receiving an email, guys, it was like so lovely, you know. I'm trying to remember those times, and just having, like, in my inbox, let's say, the name of the company and, like, Eric, just a little more. It was like, it was so refreshing. Then, guys, the day arrived, you know. They say, well, this is your second chance, so let's see how much you've learned. Also, we saw your certificates, congratulations. But this is the moment, guys. I started with my test again. I was very comfortable. I visualized everything calmly, and I said, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. Bum, 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 bum. Then, guys, I remember that I finished the interview. You know, the interview once again, because they wanted to interview me once again. To double check if the information was correct. And after that, they say, well, I had the test again. Then they say something like, okay, so just give us 10 minutes. And, well, we finished the Zoom call. And then I said, like, well, I felt that everything went well, I suppose. And then they say, well, Eric, we just want to welcome you to the company's name family. Congratulations, because you have shown a lot of dedication and a lot of patience. Guys, I was in front of my bosses, my current bosses, and I couldn't. I was like inside myself crying, you know, and like, man, man, fuck. It was one of my best days, one of the best days of my life, guys, because I mean, it was a really, really hard time. I mean, like working really hard. I even get like very emotional about that, guys, because sometimes we just need to wait a little bit. And I'm recording this video for you guys because something that I always think about is that, of course, maybe they could have forgotten about me, you know, but maybe they saw my dedication. They saw that I was always sending them emails. But the most important, guys, is that when I sign the contract and they say, Eric, so welcome to the family and whatever, they say, Eric, we wanted you to have this time because we saw that you needed these competences, I mean, to be, let's say, more consolidated. But also, we were preparing some things on our platform for you to have a better experience, because we saw your curriculum and you're a very competent professional. So we were thinking about the way to maximize your potential in the company, and I was like, no, you're kidding me, you know? Well, so guys, I'm recording this video especially for you, Eric. No, come on, but also, guys, if you're watching this video and if you need it, guys, sometimes life give us these moments of wait. So guys, I promise you, last weeks I was just sleeping and I was not recording any video because I didn't feel like. I was like, oh man, this situation is killing me, it's killing me, it's killing me, it's killing me. But then I said, like, what if God is preparing me for something bigger? And maybe it is not the certificate. Maybe I need to build my mental strength. I need to meditate more. Maybe I need to eat healthier. Maybe I need to sleep better. I need to play more video games. I need to record more videos. I need to be happy in the meantime. And this is, guys, something I wanted to record. I was working before recording this this video, and for thing, I mean, my clients, because I was thinking about how to put together these ideas, and I said, like, you know, I was like so happy, you know. Oh, so, well, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope this is inspirational. I will be recording a lot of videos because I talked to God today and I said, like, God, so if you need me to develop some skills or to do something, I mean, with this anxiety that I could be feeling, so let's go for that. And I don't want to just be lazy or not to channel that energy, because that energy could be very beneficial for transforming lives, you know. I know that maybe this video is not gonna, let's say, it's not gonna save a life, you know, but it's gonna be comforting for a person who, let's say, maybe could be a little bit desperate, like, Eric, nothing is going well in my life, so I've been praying, or I've been meditating, or I've been working with my checklist and whatever. So anyway, oof, guys, thank you so much. I needed to record this video. Thank you. So now the protocols. So guys, if you like this video, so don't forget to thumbs up. I mean, thumbs ups. Thumbs up. Also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. It's always nice, I mean, to see you guys subscribing, because, especially in English, because I know that with my videos in Portuguese, it's an easier way to connect with the Brazilian audiences. But I really want to know, guys, how well I'm connecting with other audiences who don't speak, for example, Portuguese or Spanish, you know, because I really want to know, guys, I mean, how relevant this content is for you guys who speak English as native speakers, you know. And well, thank you so much. thank you so much. That's it. I'm at a loss of words, but it was a really good video, guys. I mean, that I needed to record.